Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Going to be covering the Team of the Week, the final one of 2020 for NHL 21. Gonna go over all the cards and see if there's any hidden gems in this bunch, as well as talking to the new content and, again, Team of the Year right around the corner. All right, guys, let's get into this week's Team of the Week. All right, we'll kick things off with the 88 Tyler Seguin, 6'1" with Gladiator. Honestly, his base card at 85 with Howitzer is probably still a better bet than this one. Obviously, this card at face value is fantastic, but the cost that you're going to have to pay to get him when Howitzer kind of brings up the stats that you need to this same level anyways, there's just really no reason for it. Gladiator isn't a bad synergy on this card specifically. It brings up his body checking a little bit, defensive awareness, as well as slap shot power makes it into the elite stages. But I've said this before, Gladiator is probably one of the worst synergies to go out and get, just because size indicates, or size helps out more with body checking, and since he's 6'1", he doesn't really need to have anything over 80 body checking anyways. So it's a good card at face value, just in a vacuum, but I would still rather pay the fraction of the cost to get his 85. So this is a sell for me if you do pack him. Next, we've got his partner in NHL 21, the 88 Steven Stamkos. So this one comes with Howitzer, which is what has made Seguin and Stamkos so good for so long since the game's launch. So it's 6'1" with Howitzer before distributor, makes his card a 93 speed with 95 agility, puts his wrist shot and slap shot power at 96 and 94. This is an unreal card. The only knock on it is that it doesn't have a team-based synergy, so if you're in the elite, trying to, the elite teams trying to maximize things now, if you've got a God squad and you're trying to figure out how to activate as many synergies as possible, that's the only knock on him. I still think he's a pure right-handed winger card, as his face-offs are only at 81, which still I don't think is high enough now. But if you put him on the wing, this is a phenomenal card. This is the perfect bridge card between base and like those early mid-80 cards and master set items on the right-hand side. This is the one that's going to be in that 200K range, essentially like the duo Matthews, only on the right-handed side. Then we've got the 89 Claude Giroux. I've loved Claude Giroux cards this year. I was never really a fan in the prior games. I felt like he was just kind of ho-hum, kind of like Crosby cards to an extent. 5'11" with 89 speed, acceleration, and 92 agility before any synergies. His shot is also pretty good in the high 80s, low 90s, and it's his face-off that obviously is his biggest, key factor here at 91 now. Now, his base card is phenomenal, just like Seguin's and Stamkos's, but again, at a certain point, you want to look to an upgrade as the lower speed and shot, you want to improve. Wingman is a very good synergy. Again, like I've said this for numerous videos now for a couple weeks, I'm really liking the +2 acceleration. I still think Howitzer and Speedster is better. Don't get me wrong. Don't hear what I'm not saying. But just the combo with acceleration and then wrist shot accuracy, I think it's very good. I still think there are better synergies, but nonetheless, on this card, makes them pretty deadly. Again, if you have distributor, bumps it up to 92 speed, and then you have to factor in that, again, this is another great center option that isn't a master item. Again, trying to bridge that gap for you guys between the Eric Lindros's or those kind of cards, and bumping up in the next echelon would be this card. So very, very good card and a good center for anyone who's trying to get a top end center. Then we've got the 87 Corey Perry. I can't stand him. The only reason that he's even, somewhat thought about in this game is because of distributor. But since I can't stand him as a player, as a Sharks fan, we're going to move on. Glad that he's in Montreal. All right, then we've got Sean Monahan, 87 overall, 84 speed, acceleration, a decent shot. But I've said this pretty much for every single Monahan card. Until he gets a skating synergy, you really just can't use him. There's no reason to get him. He is big at 6'3", but again, winger cards are kind of like the least important when it comes to defense. Does have decent body checking, but he's 6'3", so that's the plus. But other than that, it's just kind of ho-hum. There's no reason. He doesn't fit in to what the meta is and the fast winger types that you need. 79 faceoffs mean that you're going to play him on the wing, and passing playmaker is probably one of the worst. So that's a pass for me. Then we've got the 86 Anders, at least 6'3" with Light the Lamp. Yeah, this is a hard pass. This is a pure winger card with 82 speed. Unless he had 99 shot accuracy or something like that, there's really no reason to look at him. If he had 2 to Light the Lamp, maybe, because again, I think that 2 to Light the Lamp helps out those guys that have the 91 Gretzky. Other than that, no, this is a pass for me. Then we've got the 83 Derek Stepan with Workhorse, which again, another synergy that I'm really starting to like. He only has 84 speed. If you had distributor, that's not bad. Again, pure winger card, though, because he does have 72 faceoffs. His shot is in the mid-80s. Again, there's too many decent righties. Like, I would rather have base Stamkos, base, base Sagan well before this card. So, not something that's really exciting either. Then we've got the 80 Mark LETESTU with the Howitzer Synergy. It kind of saves him if you were looking for a card right out of the box, but again, I still think I would rather have, Sagan or Stamkos, the base ones, for a couple thousand coins, other than trying to go after this Mark LETESTU. Then we've got the 83 Andreas ATHANASIou. Good signing for the Kings, which I hate to say. Has 91 speed before distributor. This isn't a bad card at all for anyone looking for a left-handed winger on the cheap. Like, if you can get Matt Duchene, but the wrist shot up to 87 is nice. 91 speed before distributor. This isn't a bad card at all, and he will be pretty cheap. So I would look to him for anyone that's free to play that needs a bottom pairing winger that you can just fly down the boards with. Then we've got the 76 Simon Holmstrom, 6'1" with Swarm and Wingman. Nice synergies, but again, not going to be able to use them with speed, and there's better fourth-line fillers for synergies. PEYTON KREBS from Team Canada, 87 overall with Barrage and Playmaker. Again, nothing to see here, just recognizing PEYTON KREBS. And then we've got the 77 Connor McMichael with Distributor and Speedster, which it makes him, I don't want to say usable, because balance and endurance at 74 and 77 is awful, and his shot accuracy is terrible. However, in terms of fourth line synergy dumps, you could definitely do better, but it depends how cheap he goes, honestly. Moving on to defense, we've got the 85 Jared Spurgeon. This is a hard pass, guys. Again, for a defenseman to be under 6 foot, maybe even under 5'10", he needs to have significant body checking stat to make up for it. Now, shutdown does help out with that, but it's so low to begin with, it really doesn't matter. Even with the high speed at 87 and 87 acceleration, no reason for you to go out and spend your coins to get an 85 Jared Spurgeon, just because he's not doing nearly enough to help you, and he's going to be a detriment on the back end. Then we've got the 86 Rafael Diaz, who was a great card in NHL 20. Does have decent skating stats for a right-handed defenseman, 86 speed, 85 acceleration, and a shot in the mid-80s, which is nice. Then stick checking and defensive awareness at 87, which is also cool. 86 body checking is nice. I just really wish he had a synergy other than Magician. Like, if he had Speedster or Howitzer or something like that, you could actually get away with using this card quite well. This isn't a terrible one, but I still think there are better options that you're going to get that aren't, the high-end master guys that, for the right side. There's just so many good right-handed defensemen. Then we've got the 81 Ryan Graves, 6'5". This was the card to get in NHL 20 because of the meta. But again, his synergy helps out his strengths already, which just is not something that you want to look at. He's gigantic, doesn't need more body checking. His 79 speed, he's just going to get absolutely torched down the wing. Hard pass. And we've got the 82 Ethan Bear with shutdown. Same situation, only he's 5'11" with 81 speed. Not going to be able to use him unless you're an Oilers fan. And then the 77 Bowen BYRAM, there's a far better Bowen BYRAM to go get. 77 acceleration. There's literally no way you can use this card and not just get absolutely torched. Following him, we've got the 77 Tobias BJÖRNFOT, 6 foot, 89 speed with Spark and Magician. Again, without a stat to help out that speed, you're not going to use him anyway. So, and then in net, we've got the 82 Craig Anderson with Barrage. He has under 80 aggression, which is nice, but the rest of it is just not nearly good enough to think about using, and Barrage is not a synergy that you're going to look to activate right now, at least. And then the backup, we've got Dylan Garand, 6 foot with Spark and Balanced. Again, not someone you can use, and there's far better backup goaltenders for synergy, so this is a hard pass as well. Last thing I want to talk about is just your Rivals rewards, guys. Remember, if you haven't opened them yet, I would save them until Friday. I didn't because, well, I do this for a living, and I kind of just want to show my stream the packs I got. It doesn't really bother me any because I'll probably do a pack opening on Friday anyways. But for anyone else, save until Friday. That is when Team of the Year is supposed to be released. Save your packs, guys. Take untradables so that you can, get as many opportunities as you can at Team of the Year, and make sure that you get as many to actually get towards the gold collectibles, guys. So I just wanted to make sure that I threw that in there so you guys don't forget, and make sure you're taking untradables. And if you can, save till Friday. I know that's difficult, but that is the best option for you. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this week's Team of the Week. Make sure you subscribe for daily NHL content. I just want to thank you guys again for the amazing year in terms of subscriptions and views. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you guys next time.